Today's episode is sponsored by White Power Magazine.
I subscribe to this. It makes blacks more gray, reds more pink, and greens light green.
It's the perfect companion to the rainbow.
White Power Magazine, when you just can't handle the values of color abstractions.
We're also sponsored by the fine folks at Buckle U.
At Buckle U, they have 83,000 square feet of belt buckles from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s.
If you're looking for something to keep your pants up, get a staple gun. Buckle U is all about attitude and a strict defiance of airport metal detectors.
There's no limit to what Buckle U can do for you.
Unless you don't wear pants.
Which brings us to our third sponsor.
That's right. We're excited to let you know about the Sorry Shack.
Have you really screwed up?
Stepped in it all the way up to your elbow?
Made a mockery of all that's decent in your life, your religion, and or your personal cohabitation partner?
Stop by the Sorry Shack for all your repentant needs. They have a wide selection of sorry excuses and sorry sob stories that'll take the burden off of you and shift it towards a wide selection of third parties.
For instance, the Sorry Shack will help you to convincingly blame the vegans.
Blame the Nazis.
Blame the kids down the hall.
The people who steal your mail.
The hormones in the chicken.
Your parents.
My parents.
The au pair.
Oh, no, Mommy, I'll be good.
That's right. At the Sorry Shack, your fault isn't your fault.
So when flowers just won't do, head to the Sorry Shack, your one-stop shop for last-minute, unfelt apologies.
And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast or they'll kill us. They'll really kill us.
That's right. And now, on to our show.
Package delivery. Sign here, please.
Of course. Thank you.
You're welcome.
What is it, dear?
Delivery man, the future has arrived.
Is it a hopeful future?
That would cost extra. This is a more pragmatic future.
What does it look like?
Hard to tell. It hasn't really started yet.
Well, bring it into the living room and let's have a look.
Welcome to your future, sponsored by Perfect Continuity, LLC. You may know us as PerCon.
Oh, it's pretty.
Shush, dear. It doesn't have controls, so there's no going back.
The future is what you make it. So let's start off the right way with your names.
Mr. and Mrs. Bob Appletaint?
I'm Bob, and she's Winky.
Bob and Winky Appletaint. We're so glad you chose your future with us. Here at PerCon, we miss the future, but you don't have to.
Oh, good.
Shush, dear.
In fact, we're so confident in your future that we'll guarantee our results no matter what your outcome might be.
That's wonderful.
I paid extra for that.
It's almost ready for you now, this high-resolution, multi-channel, spatial surround future of yours. Yes, you've made the right choice, Bob and Winky Appletaint, when you chose to purchase your future through us.
Oh, Bob.
I had a coupon code.
I can see from the look in your eye that you're ready to see what the future has in store for you. So, let's get right to it. Step right this way.
Very
Oh,
nice,
Bob.
yeah.
Pretty exciting stuff, isn't it?
It certainly is shiny.
Shiny as can be, Bob.
It's very impressive, that's for sure.
It sure is, Winky.
I don't mean to sound ungrateful, but what is it?
It's your future.
Right. But what is happening?
In simple terms, it's very complex process by which you gain a level of near immortality.
Oh, Bob.
What kind of process?
Details aren't always the most important part of the process, Bob.
They're not?
Of course not. Do you need to know how the internet works in order to know how dirty pictures get sent to your inbox, Bob?
What?
I'll handle this, dear. What does this have to do with our future?
Not as much as you'd like, but all I'm trying to say on behalf of PerCon is that the process is rarely as important as the result, and that's never been as evident as what you see before you.
It looks like a line of people that goes on for miles and miles in front of a giant building made of stainless steel?
Good eye, Winky. That'll come in handy in your future.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
He's so polite, Bob.
He sure is. So those people are in line to become immortal?
Mostly.
What are they doing in that giant building?
Enlisting to be vital parts of PerCon.
Vital parts?
mostly the eyes, ears, and hands of Percon.
That sounds nice.
I'm told it's terrific. And after the initial terror and displacement wears off, I'm told it's very pleasant.
Terror? Terror?
Terror.
Terror?
Yes.
Terror? What
Yes.
kind of product placement is going on here?
Bob, Winky, your future is in Percon. Winky,
Yes?
you'll be the eyes, and Bob, you have big, strong hands, so you'll be in shipping.
Shipping?
Yes,
Shipping.
the backbone of the corporation. You see, Percon needs people like you, Bob and Winky Appletained. We make and sell and ship so many beloved products all around the world that we are always on the lookout to enlist new members of our staff. And that's where you come in.
Where?
Right there in that little door under the sign that says dismemberment.
I can't be dismemberment. I'm retired.
Winky, winky, winky.
Yes?
Ageism is not allowed in Percon. We are an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, we didn't sign up to be workers for your company.
You're absolutely right, Bob. You signed up to have a future brought to you by Percon.
Oh.
And that's what you're getting. Just get in line, and your future truly begins.
Bob, I don't think I like this future.
Look, I know I didn't spring for the deluxe model, but this isn't what I signed up for.
Oh, Bob, but you did. Check out the service agreement. It's very detailed. Even our fine print has fine print.
But I thought this was supposed to be a bright future.
Look at that stainless steel shine.
Well, what will happen to us?
Oh, you'll enter the building and have your inside scooped out and placed in advanced polychromium shells that have a working life expectancy of 800 years or more. That's 800 years or more of working for the fine folks at Percon.
So we're going to be robot slaves for your company.
Not at all, Bob. You'll be a cyborg workforce, enjoying all the perks of an expanded lifespan like free dental care and IT support. It's your future, so embrace it.
Can we change our future?
This contract is very binding, Winky. In fact, they'll bind your eyes to the interior of that polychromium shell, and you'll be able to read barcodes in a nanosecond. So you can tell your big, strong husband which aisle to visit.
Visit me, Bob.
To fulfill all incoming orders from your children and their many generations to come. It's a perfect system.
So we're doing this.
For the children?
Exactly.
Wow.
Indeed.
What are you waiting for? After all, the future is what you make it at Percon.
Well, you've convinced me.
Me too. Let's get in line, Bob. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh, this is wonderful.
There go two more
already enjoyed this.
satisfied customers.
Love you.
My eyes.
Shady Deals Realtors presents Low Costa Estates, an affordable living community with multiple house plans to suit every lifestyle. House plans include haunted, crack, abandoned, fun, and stripped of all copper.
At Low Cost Estates, we feature premium living at plastic prices. Imagine you and your family living in popular house plans like Cat Ladies, Flop, and On Fire.
Or on far South American.
Not too bad about that.
But if you're looking for an affordable home that promises adventure, surprises, and problematic neighbors,
Like white trash.
absolutely. Why not give Low Cost Estates a try?
So true. So listen, Low Cost Estates. We're still legal in 17 counties, you know.
As we reach the end of the working week, I'd like to thank my accountants, my squad of high-priced lawyers, thank you so much, my agent and his many lackeys, and the fine folks at Percon who continue to bring quality programming like this into every home. Oh, thank you to the Academy. Hi, Mom. You like me. You really like me.
Thank you. That's really way more than you need, but okay, thanks. Hello, parents of Junior Wood Scouts Troop 237. Now, before we bring the troop out, I just want to let you know about our adventures in the woods this past weekend. I have a slideshow, so let me just figure out how to get this thing up on the screen here. No, that's not it. Well, not that easy. All right. We're going to get the show going. We're going to get that going just as soon as Mel restarts the computer. So let me just say we all had a really good time. A really, really good time. Very good. There we are, and we're really glad to be back, but we're looking forward to returning to the forest soon. Really soon. Very soon. Mel?
Almost got it, Larry.
So let me just start off by saying we appreciate all your help with the fundraising activities that got Troop 237 into the woods this weekend.
I got it, Larry.
Thanks, Mel. As you can see here, we had a car wash that went pretty well. We raised $85.50. And when I asked one of the scouts who he only charged 50 cents to, he said all of them.
That's my burden.
Yes, it is. We had to get somebody else to be in charge of the cash box at that point.
That's my Tommy.
Yes, Mr. Corbett, it is. He lost the cash box an hour later.
Shit.
So Mel had to handle the money.
That's me.
Our next fundraiser was the donut sale.
Oh.
Yeah. We sold 1,100 boxes of donuts that Saturday for 10 cents a box. Apparently, the troop thought that donut sale meant the donuts were on sale, so they set a price so low they could sell more boxes than the other troops. Well, they sold more boxes. But we still owe $2,900 to Donuts and Holes Incorporated. Yes, Mr. Sugarbottom, we'll pay your donut store back just as soon as we can.
With interest.
Promise. Now, finally, we tried the first annual Troop 237 talent show. We held the show at the first annual church of the Church of United Firsts, who very kindly did not charge us for the facility. Thank you to Father O'Malley Heim. And it started off pretty well with the Onan twins performing a song they wrote for the show.
My boys!
Well said, Mr. Onan. And young Dominique did a very tolerable interpretive dance about latex paint.
Dom the dancer.
Sure, Mrs. Miscarriage, let's call him that. Anyway, after the intermission, things started to turn. First, Forrest Epping, seen here as Foy the Magnificent, started his magic show with some plausible sleight of hand like card tricks, the scarf thing, and pulling a hat out of a rabbit. And after some mild success, he began to improvise his prestidigitation, and before we could pull the curtain, Foy the Magnificent had summoned a mid-level demon from hell.
Such an active imagination.
Undoubtedly, Mr. Epping, undoubtedly. But that demon destroyed half the church and most of the surrounding town until we found a competent exorcist, who charged the troop $2,000 for his services.
Well worth it.
Of course. But when you add that with the donut money and the restitution to the church and the town, Junior Wood Scouts Troop 237 is in the hole for $128 million. No. That's not what we raised. That's what we owe.
I see.
Yeah. So our fundraisers have gone in the absolute wrong direction, and Mel and I, we're feeling pretty bad about it.
Not your fault, Larry.
Thanks, Mel. After some discussion, we decided it would be best to take the troop out to the woods on our own dime because they worked really hard on those fundraisers. Didn't we, Mel?
You bet, Larry.
So we pooled our resources to give them a great weekend in the woods. I maxed out my credit cards and sold my rare stamp collection.
I sold a kidney.
You bet, Mel. And between us, we raised enough to give you kids the full Junior Wood Scouts experience. Cabins, canoes, campfires, the wakes. Yes. We had a great time out in the woods. You know, we found out, for instance, what a bear does in the woods. Anybody know that one?
Shit.
Yes, but only after it's eaten a scout. Sorry about your little boy, by the way.
His kid was eaten?
Yours too, Mrs. Miscarriage.
What?
And yours, Mr. Epping. Parents of Troop 237. Do you know what a group of bears is called? Yeah?
A sleuth, Larry.
That's right, Mel, a sleuth. And did you know that a sleuth of bears doesn't charge much to eat an entire troop of Junior Wood Scouts?
Only an arm and a leg, Larry.
True story, Mel, true story. In fact, we paid those bears all your kids' arms and legs to eat your kids. But they said it wasn't enough.
Almost.
But not quite. Bears are great negotiators. So, parents of Junior Wood Scouts Troop 237, Mel and I would like to welcome the local bear sleuth to this, our final meeting.
Thank you for calling Satancore. How may I direct your call? I'm sorry, he's in a meeting at the moment. Can I take a message? Yes, Mr. Putin. I'll make sure he gets the message.
Is he in?
Yes, Mr. Steinball, he's expecting you. Go right in.
Thanks, Toots.
Asshole.
Oh, damn. Come in. Have a seat. Sorry. I don't think I can stand. How have you been?
Lucy, baby, it's good to see you again.
Coffee? Hillary brews one hell of a cup.
I'll pass. I'll get right down to business. Lucy, you've got a problem up there.
What do you mean? Stocks are up and we've had to expand down here. Satancore is booming as far as I can tell.
Well, maybe so, but you're only getting about 15% of the market, down from 27% this time last year. Now face it, all the other religions are taking the lion's share these days.
12%? But I'm having to add new staff. There's been so many new arrivals, we got to bring in porta potties because the lines are so long.
What can I say? Birth rates are way up over death rates these days. People are living longer, and if there's one thing folks are good at upstairs, it's fornication. And all the other gods are taking advantage of that. Hell, even Zeus's ratings are up 52% alone. And you know how long he's been in the background.
Shit. I can't believe that dirty old bastard is still even in the running anymore. I thought the church dealt with these guys a long time ago.
Hey, paganism is back on the circuit and moving up. All the old gods are getting a piece of the action that should be yours.
Okay, so what's the problem?
It's your image.
What about it?
It's not good.
Okay, I'm listening.
Well, it's not very appealing. Right now, the only thing you've got going for you is temptation.
Well, temptation's good. I like temptation. Hell, I created it. It's my bread and butter. People like temptation.
Well, they do, but it's not good enough.
Not enough.
Nope. Research shows that diversification is the way to go nowadays, especially when it comes to fulfillment services.
Fulfillment services?
That's the new hot term. People want bigger and better, bundling, discounts, free gifts. The entire vernacular has changed, Lucy. Temptation is passé. BOGO, YOLO, these are the new hot buttons these days. You gotta get with the times if you want to rule the market. Paradigms have shifted all over the place, and corporations who have not adapted have really suffered.
We may be a corporation, but I've always seen us as a really successful mom and pop business. Humble beginnings and all that.
Hey, I know that. You know that. But the average consumer could give a rat's ass. You have to keep up with trends. Sink or swim won't cut it in a cutthroat market, Lucy. People want to identify with success stories, and for a while, you had that. But if you don't have what they want, they'll go somewhere else. Just ask Kali. Kali is very big these days. You gotta get your name back out there. You're the Prince of Darkness, for God's sake. Sorry, Lucy. Poor choice of words.
But where else are they gonna get services like mine? I kind of have a corner on the market.
Internet, for one. Have you thought about advertising? Infomercials, maybe?
I get a pretty good product placement from Hollywood.
Okay, I hear you, but does your target audience really know what you're selling?
Well, I suppose.
Supposition won't do it, Lucy, baby. It's a different world now, and word of mouth is at the bottom of the marketing pool.
All right. What do you propose?
I'll shoot straight with you. Most people these days look at you with, what's the term?
Awe?
No.
Adoration?
Definitely not.
Fear?
No, disgust.
Oh.
That's it. Disdain. Indifference. In short, they see you as a joke, Lucy. Washed up.
Well, that's harsh.
Well, I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. For the Prince of Darkness, your ratings are at an all-time low.
So what do we do about it?
Now, I've outlined a strategy, and the plan is a little radical, but people love radical. Are you with me, Lucy? Are you with me?
Fine. Regale me.
Okay, now first you need to make more public appearances. Let people know you're still in the game, still shaking things up.
Well, for a price.
Now let's downplay that point as much as possible. Just keep it in the fine print, it might get in the way of the basic message.
Which is?
By Satan.
I don't like it.
Go devil.
What am I, a football team? That's too collegiate.
Satan for everyone.
Oh, now I'm a politician. Well, let's come back to this. What's next in the strategy?
Remember the diversification issue? You need to be an everyday household name on the tip of everybody's tongue, and I think food is the key. Start your own line like Devil's Brew Beer, Sinnoman Cereal, Dark Prince Soda, Blood of Iniquity Wine, or maybe Infernal Barbecue. Maybe a line of hot sauces, Fire and Brimstone Picante Sauce.
You don't think the porno shops are doing enough?
I'm not saying get rid of them, just make them more visible. Get them out there more. Maybe move them from the Brown Light District to the Shea Malls. And streaming rentals. Streaming rentals are paramount. You should consider going head-to-head with the big chains. Either that or sell out to Disney.
I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, I didn't say this is going to be an easy transition, but you'll be unstoppable once we get the ball rolling, and I think you're going to love this next part of the plan.
Let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. Satanland.
Beg pardon?
Satanland, theme park chain.
I like. What kind of rides?
Well, I envision the park broken into 7 areas to represent all the deadly sins.
Nice.
We'll even have people dressed up in costumes, doing parades along with meet and greets. A fat guy for gluttony, a cartoony vixen for lust, and so on. They'll pose for pictures with tourists. We'll charge them, of course. We'll charge them. But the public loves a good theme park with a well-thought-out design. Each land can have coasters and dark rides to make people realize how fun Sin really is. Just get rid of the stigma of hell, make it attractive, and people will line up around the block. Sell your soul for season passes, that sort of thing. We'll need to check with the legal to see if the name Purgatory is copyrighted. Could be a problem if it is.
How so?
Well, the Catholic Church gets a little sensitive about this sort of thing.
They shouldn't. In fact, they're my best source of revenue. All those rules.
If they don't play ball, there's always the Baptists. Anyway, I think this last strategy point is the key to everything. Your look.
What's wrong with it?
It's out of touch. Totally 90s.
I think it's rather smart.
Lucy, you know I respect you, but you look like one of those shiny, happy people. It's gotta change.
Well, it's stylish.
For the 1600s, it's stylish. Today, it screams, I live in my dad's basement. Not good, not good. The red and black, gotta go. And the tail?
What about it?
Well, it doesn't go with a pitchfork, which also gotta go. Family friendly is what you need to be a household name. More bright colors, less of this sulfur. And goatee, the goatee, whew.
I'm not shaving my goatee. I've had it forever.
Which is exactly my point. The tail, block colors, and goatee say, Old Satan, we need a new face for a new damnation. And the horns?
Oh, come on. These are attached to my skull.
Look around you, Lucy. Everybody is getting plastic surgery these days. It encourages that vanity you're so fond of. Be an example, a leader, not an old fart.
Okay, I get it.
So, you're on board?
I guess so.
Great! I'll get my people started, and then I'll get you an appointment with Dr. Finetush. I hear he's the best. And remember, a better, brighter hell awaits. I'll check in with you in a couple of weeks, Lucy. And no sulking, babe. You're gonna do great.
I have to stop playing cards when I'm drunk. Hillary, who's my next appointment?
Another representative from Big Tobacco, sir. He's in the waiting room.
Damn it. Give me 5 minutes. I gotta take a crap.
Yes, sir.
A ham can survive for up to 3 weeks in a typical New England forest before it finally succumbs to starvation in the elements. More food facts after this.
Dick's Mix, toasted wheat sprinkles, dried berries, and a dusting of sea salt. Eat a bag of dicks today. This July, be the first to celebrate the 4th on the 3rd with a 5th of whiskey that's second to none. Senior Leroy Tackelmeyer whiskey, just what the doctor ordered you to stay away from.
You could always get her fake skin cream and hair products. An unscented mayonnaise would save you so much money.
Nothing gets me more angry in the morning than soggy beer. That's why I drink whole grain Percon Stone Ground beer. Delicious and fortified with natural minerals. All the things you need for a good, solid mouthfeel. Plus, I'm getting paid for this commercial. Thank you.
Will Sir be hammer baiting this afternoon?
Yes, William. Fetch me the ball peen.
Very good, sir.
You're listening to KDBS, playing all the light jazz you didn't want to hear, but you just can't figure out how to work your car stereo anymore. Next up, something that sounds like a piano in a dishwasher.
Hey, to all those expectant ladies out there, congratulations. Your pregnancy marks a great and wonderful change in your life, but it may come with unexpected changes as well, like children. All right.
As it was told to us by our forefathers. Although some of us had 5 fathers, and while there was no shame in that, some people stigmatized us for overachieving.
Henry is a special needs citizen.
Yes, he is.
For instance, there's his tail.
Removal?
No, he wants one.
Oh, that Henry.
I'd like to talk to you about this rainbow unicorn mural you've painted on the side of the school.
Pretty nice, isn't it? I worked on it for a couple of months just to get it right.
It certainly is there. But let me ask you about some specific elements.
Sure. Did you notice the detailed musculature of the unicorn?
I certainly did. It looks like a very robust, strapping horse.
Unicorn, not horse.
Right.
Unicorn.
Right, unicorn.
And that horn has lots of sparkly sparkles on it, to emphasize the magic of unicorns.
Yes, I did notice the plethora of sparkles.
And the rainbow coming out of the unicorn's horn, very detailed, very realistic, very magical.
Yes, the rainbow is really what I'd like to talk to you about. To start with, it seems to be emanating from the horn of the unicorn.
Well, that's right. Some cultures believe that's where rainbows come from.
Do they?
Yeah, but I'm sure they put a lot of thought into that. I mean, where else could they come from?
See, that's what I'm wondering, because the rainbow curves down.
Oh, it certainly does. That's what rainbows do. They curve. Big, colorful, magical curves in the sky.
I agree, but this one curves down until it goes under the unicorn.
Oh, yeah, I wanted to make sure I had maximum rainbow, so I had it curve all the way in a 270-degree arc, to keep the magic at a maximum.
And it looks like it's coming out of the unicorn's nether regions.
It does?
It does.
Well, some cultures believe that's where rainbows come from.
I would certainly like to establish contact with those cultures one day. But this is a mural for an elementary school.
Yeah, the kids are gonna love it.
And the parents might have a lot of questions. Do you think you could redo the arc of the rainbow so it does not look like the unicorn is both the origin and termination of the rainbow?
I could, but I don't see why. It's just a unicorn or the rainbow coming out of its horn.
But where does the rainbow end?
Well, it curves behind the unicorn. You can't see it because the unicorn is in the way. Do you want me to remove the unicorn? That would get rid of a lot of the magic. The kids wouldn't like that.
Those poor children. Could you maybe, put a couple of clouds in front of the unicorn so it looks less like a pornographic act and more like a kid-friendly painting?
Well, it almost seems like you don't want a picture of a unicorn. It almost seems like you want a picture of clouds and a rainbow.
Not at all. I like the unicorn. I like the rainbow. I would like some clouds to go with them. Modesty clouds, if you will.
Well, that doesn't really make any sense from a scientific perspective. In some cultures, it is believed clouds are behind rainbows. Can I just put clouds behind the rainbow?
No, because it would just emphasize the idea that the rainbow is being ejaculated by the unicorn.
Well, I can't help but think you might not believe in science.
On the contrary, science is exactly what I believe in. And my culture does not think that rainbows come from a unicorn's pee-pee.
That is an interesting culture you come from.
My culture also believes in the power of the purse.
It does?
Yes. And I can stop your paycheck.
I'll get my brushes.
And, add some UFOs in the background, would you?
Okay.
And let's check out some emails from listeners. Who do we have first?
Well, it's Joni from Lincoln, Nebraska. And Joni writes, I ordered a size 8 blouse in rose gold, but you guys sent me a size 14 in turquoise. I'd like a refund, please.
Well, I don't know what that's all about, but good luck to you, Johnny. Who's next?
Rodrigo from Huntington Beach, California.
Rodrigo. I like the sound of that. What does he have to say?
Rodrigo says, I ordered a 12-pack of toilet paper back in May, and when it arrived in July, it was crushed and damp. I'd like a refund.
Really? I don't know anything about your toilet paper, Rodrigo, but it doesn't matter. I don't know anything about rose gold shirts either. We are a podcast about self-improvement. Anyway, do we have any other emails?
Sure do. This one's from Linda in Surrey, United Kingdom.
Hello, Governor. What does Linda have to say?
I purchased a catapult from you last week, but I received a trebuchet instead. I don't want a refund, but I would like the catapult too.
Seriously, I have no idea what's going on with our emails, but maybe next week will be better. Please send your questions, complaints, praises, and prayers to customer.service@amazon.com. I'll talk to you next week.
We're back.